What's going on, guys? Today's video we have a pair of HiFi Air 2. These are ANC wireless earbuds that have both noise cancellation and transparency mode on it for a very budget-friendly option compared to AirPod Pros or anything else like that. Now, this is the second generation from the HiFi Air 2. They do have this first generation here as well. It was released about a year ago, and we're going to do a full comparison video of that in the future, but for now we're going to do this unboxing and first impressions of it. So on the back of the device, you have Bluetooth 5.3, ANC, ENC, low latency mode, mono and dual mode, and touch. It does have a little pull tab here, which you can just pull off, but I'm gonna use my knife, because why not? So looking into the box, we do have the earbuds themselves, surrounded in foam, stuff on the bottom. No USB charging cable. I guess every company's trying to copy Apple now, which kind of sucks. I would like to see a cable in here no matter what. You do have some small and large silicone tips, and it looks like they do have like mesh on them, kind of like a little plastic lining. And then you do have your use manual here, which has basic information such as the touch controls, LED charging, status indicators, how to reset them and stuff like that. Here are the earbuds themselves. We do have a little wrap on here. Let's get that out. So this is what they look like. Design on the back right here with the logo embossed into the clasp here. Opening it up, you do have left and right branding on top. Looks like you have microphones on top of the earbuds right here on the front. FiiTii, minimal branding. Clasp is pretty good. Magnetic. Whoa, whoa. Bro. Okay, well, one of them flew out and landed in my hair. So the earbuds themselves, let's check out the magnetism on them. You do have a nice LED indicator right there as well. I don't know if you're able to see that. You have a charging cable here. It does use USB-C. Plug it in. Looks like it flashes green, but does flash green when it is charging, which is pretty cool. So taking them out for the first time, this is what the design looks like. Looks pretty nice. Basically pretty similar to AirPod Pros based on the stem and everything like that. They do have a shorter stem than AirPod Pro 2s. They are a little chunkier, however. And then a size comparison you can see for the case here. Obviously the case is a lot chunkier than the AirPod Pro 2s. And for the previous generation, we'll just do a little quick comparison, not a crazy one. Personally, I love the case on the first gen. It was able to lay flat like this, which is pretty cool, and it was very minimal. And the earbuds were smaller, which is crazy that they took a step backwards and actually made it fatter and chunkier. I don't know why they decided to do that, but they did. Pop these in my ear real quick and we're going to show you a little comparison. So these are the old generation here in my left ear. Very small and minimal. This is how I would assume AirPod Pro 3 would be, which would be cool. And then this is the new generation for the FiiTii AirPods I want to say. So let me know what you think looks better personally. If this was in white, it would be way cooler. It's very small. All right, I'm gonna show you how to pair for the first time. What you're gonna do is you're gonna get the case here, take them out, scroll all the way to the bottom. There we go. Pops up here on the bottom once you take them out the case. The name is HiFi Air. And then once you are connected, it will be auto-connected every single time you take it out the case. So here, if we go to the info, you can change the name here. Let me just add a 2 right there, just because it didn't have a 2. You can change the device type, so hearing aid, car, stereo, or headphone. I'm gonna just change it to headphones here. And there we go. Now we have the volume right here. We're gonna go and listen to my own music right now, and we're gonna see how it goes. All right, so we're gonna go and listen to our own music right now. Let's go and test it out. Straight out of the box, it sounds pretty good, especially with the lows. That's the first thing I noticed when like the bass dropped. And by the way, whenever we do test our earbuds, it's usually around halfway volume. We will test it a little bit higher just to make sure that it actually is good still. All right, so I did a lot of testing when it came to this. I did a lows, mids, highs. I also did a low distortion mode and a stereo test mode. So basically everything that you would not normally do when you get a pair of earbuds, but we're doing a little bit more scientific test just because. So the lows, when you're actually listening to music, there's a bunch of elements that are actually playing to different pieces and stuff like that. But if you're listening to one specific music, like one instrumental music or something like that, it's not gonna be super jarring to you. It's gonna be a little bit muddy. It's not as clarity as that you would want. It's not super bright in music. It's not rich in tone, nothing like that. It's a little muddy, a little muffled. And I did notice within the distortion test, between dragging the high ranges all the way to the low ranges, it did struggle within the high ranges, and it did struggle a little bit with in between the lows and the mids, between 125 and 330 30 on the chart. So I'm listening to this song here, and if you've listened to it before, it's A Man's World, basically, by James Brown. His vocals are a little separated. It's kind of weird. It's kind of hard to explain, but it should be more full. Like, you should be immersed into it, and his voice should be like basically everywhere around you. It basically feels like he's separated. It's kind of hard to explain. And the music is separated, probably because the drivers are a little farther and they're thicker earbuds. Like, I could hear the instruments more than his voice, which it's not very balanced. Press for 2 seconds to switch between the 3 modes on left or right, between mild noise cancellation, transparency mode, and strong noise cancellation, in that order. So right now we're in transparency mode, and I don't really hear a huge difference. Maybe it fills up close, but you can't really hear a whole difference between that. Let's go ahead and try strong noise cancellation. You do hear a little bit of like a wind, little hiss. It could be within software or something, and I could hear my voice more. I don't know why. I could hear my voice more. That should be in transparency mode. Let's go ahead and try a mild noise cancellation, which that's pretty much what it was at default. It goes to the mild noise cancellation, and it sounds pretty normal. Basically CVC codec. I don't think this has CVC8 or anything like that, but it basically just normal noise cancellation. Wow, I'm talking super loud. Yeah, so between those 3 modes, the transparency mode and the active noise cancellation, which is the 2 main features on this, suck. Like, they're not good. I don't remember if the last generation was really good or doable, but these ones, transparency mode, you can't even hear anything at all when it comes to the outside. You can probably hear a little bit close to you, but you're supposed to be able to hear a lot more of your surroundings and stuff like that in order to be able to have them in ears. I would, at that point, just take out an earbud and have one in my ear. There's no point of having transparency mode if it's going to be bad. And it says tap 5 times on the left or the right earbud to enter or exit the latency mode. So now low latency mode is on and should be good for gaming and video watching, movies, stuff like that. So you can have an auto sync to the lips or auto sync to, you know, action from gunshots and stuff like that. A lot of earbuds are starting to have apps and stuff like that, so you can actually control EQ and have all that other stuff. Now, these are a budget pair of earbuds. I know that for a fact, because usually this brand has it with under a $50 price range. So I'm not too surprised that it doesn't have an app, but there are some brands out there that actually do have an app. I've actually tested out one brand that has an app. Didn't allow you to do the EQ, but it was an app, which is pretty good for the price range. So overall, should you buy these earbuds? Personally, my opinion, they're not my favorite, to be honest. They are not my favorite. I don't even know if there's LEDs on here or anything like that. For about, I want to say under 50. If they're under 50, then maybe they might be decent, but there are better earbuds that I've tried out that are in like the $20 to $30 range for sure, especially the Cancellation Sweat Pro 3s that I'm going to be doing a review of soon. But, you know, the case is a little chunky, the earbuds are chunky, they don't sound as great as you would hope, and you don't even get a charging cable in the box, which is crazy. If you guys want to check it out, link is in the description down below to buy if you want to prove me wrong, if you want to test it out for yourself or anything like that. Once again, they are Bluetooth 5.3, so low latency, it's going to be longer battery life, and it's going to have faster connectivity when it comes to that because of the Bluetooth 5.3. But is that really something that you would want? Like, having all these super crazy cool specs on earbuds, it seems cool on paper, but in person and everything else like that, when you're actually listening to these, they're just all right. They're not mind-blowing, they're just all right. Without further ado, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.